we have a warehouse in California, and as you know, California is pretty shut down. So it's kind of hard to take things in or ship them out, given the circumstances.
Sure. Rodney, what does your data tell you about the situation in China, as compounded by what Peter's describing because of the situation here in the United States and elsewhere around the world?
Yeah, thank you for having me on. Peter brings up a good point, and it shows the difference between nice-to-have products versus must-have products. Here at Anvyl, we're pulling some data, and what we see amongst the must-have products, it's really rebounding. So the average delay or downtime was 93% right after Chinese New Year. Today, it's about 5% down across the factories in China. There was a 2-month lag in the environment. Now we see roughly a minor lag. So it's a 10-day delay for shipping these must-have products from China into other locations globally.
Peter, what kind of products are we talking about? I mean, demand has completely fallen off a cliff for most things other than paper products and cleaning products, literally.
Well, we're predominantly a consumer products company focused on the home. So we do a lot of things that people would, ceramics, kitchen cutlery, and others. And what happens is, if people don't go to the stores, they're not buying those things. We do have an e-commerce business, but our e-commerce business, again, if your warehouse is shut in California, you can't do very much. So there's basically no demand at this minute. Like I said, a lot of our retailers have canceled or delayed orders out into June already.
Rodney, how quickly, let's say once things start to normalize to some degree, hesitate to even use that word because there's really no visibility, but how quickly can these businesses in China get back to near full capacity?
Yeah, that's a great question. We at Anvyl actually provide visibility, so I would say there is visibility here. As far as getting back, what we see is they are back in a lot of these products, but if you're looking at across other industries and verticals, it's probably about 1 to 2 month delay that they'll start shipping out. Going more to Peter's point, Anvyl powers a lot of the most innovative technology companies on the planet, or direct-to-consumer brands. Those brands are actually thriving now. That business model is showing that it's pretty sound to deliver to the customer's store versus into retail and brick and mortar.
Peter, lastly to you, how do you run a business with little to no visibility at all?
Well, we sit there, we like to be people that think one-off. And what I mean by that is I have one scenario if, for example, May 20th, the mayor reopens the schools in New York City, feels it's safe. Obviously, you can have employees come to the office because they don't have to do childcare. If they don't open the schools, well, then I've got a different scenario as far as working remotely. Then there's the issue, okay, let's say they open up in 90 days. How many of my retail customers are damaged through, financially because they have had no revenue for the past 90 days. And then, of course, there's the doomsday scenario, which is this goes on for 6 months. You have 30% unemployment. Tens of thousands of companies go bankrupt, be they big or small. And then that's going to filter back across the globe. It will go to China. And we also work out of the other Asian countries, Vietnam, Cambodia, the Philippines, and Indonesia. So the trickle-down effect from this can be incomprehensible.
So how then do you feel about this delicate debate that's taking place about going back to work and slowly getting the economy working again versus making sure that every citizen in this country is healthy and safe?
Well, not to be flippant, but to give you a question to answer your question. Let's say New York, which I know you're there and I'm here, starts to have a decline in the disease. But what happens if Dallas, Chicago, Miami, and all these other cities start to get an explosion of the disease? You may be able to go back to work, but those other places are closed. So how do you reconcile your people working, but there's nothing you can do?